Hey everyone, it's me E and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something kind of random. I know it's been a while since I've published anything on my YouTube channel, but I just wanted to come back today and do something fun, something that I wanted to do. I have here, I think 11 different albums from the group SHINee, different solo works, and then one of their most recent album that I purchased, and I wanted to unpackage them with you and see what photo cards I got and what inclusions there are and just show you the photo books for these. If you're not familiar with K-pop, I'm sure you wouldn't click on this video if you weren't, but like their albums and the packaging is just totally next level, like compared to American artists or Western artists, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe Western artists have their game lately, I don't know, but they always have great like photo books and almost like magazines devoted to the artist with each album. And I think it's a great idea because in this day and age, most people don't really listen to CDs anymore. So if you're gonna buy a physical CD, you need to have a reason to. And I think including all the different collectibles and the photos and stuff makes it worthwhile. So I haven't purchased all of these recently. I purchased this recently because this is Key's most recent mini album and it came out on September 11th. So this is very much recent, but the rest of these I've had some for over a year, and I don't know why I hadn't unpackaged them, but I guess I had the mentality of, oh, like it cheers me up when I unpackage them, so I'll save them for a rainy day. But I guess I haven't been having that many bad days, so I haven't been unboxing them. So I will just go through them with you today on camera so that I can share the joy with more people. But I'm not going to start with this one because it's the most recent. I'll start with, let's see, what's the oldest one? I have albums from all the members actually. So actually I think I'll start with Bass from Junghyun. This is the Taiwanese version because for whatever reason they don't reprint the Korean version. They do reprints of the Taiwanese version. This is Junghyun's first mini album, Bass. It's part of what we call the Plagiarism series. You'll see I have Chase from Minho here, this is his first mini. So they all kind of have the same design language for their first releases. Let me go ahead and open this. Junghyun's stuff is hard to find generally, and I'm sure you can imagine why that is. It's really annoying, honestly, to not be able to find his stuff anymore. And people are so exploitive about it. If they are selling his stuff, they're marking it up like crazy. It's just unnecessary. Anyway, I got this for Christmas. So it looks like it has this little protector. And it says, just like my body stretch marks were part of my growing pains, we will move on endlessly while enduring the pain, under the belief of my growth and this world's growth, because the pain creates the room for takeoff. I thank you for the stretch. It pushed me forward. As always, I need you. Can you read that? And this is, there's different color versions. I got the white version. So this is like a book, and there's the CD on the front, and there's that message again on the front of the book. So we've got the back cover. This is kind of nice. It's like a book, and like the cover is white, but the book is like burgundy. That's really pretty. So here we go. We can look at some of the pictures together. Bass by Junghyun. It's like I said, it's a mini album. So this has 6 songs with a bonus track of Beautiful Tonight. I really like that song. We've got the lyrics for the different tracks, Deja Vu. And I want to be gentle with opening these. Some of my older SHINee albums that I have over on my bookshelf that, you know, have been open for years, crazy, are kind of in rough shape because I looked at them a lot over the years, especially like my first SHINee album, which was Amigo. Okay, here's my photo card. That's really cute. And what is this? Album review? I guess these are like lyric translations. Fortune Cookies, a bonus track. The bonus track. Hallelujah. Like if you guys have not listened to Junghyun before, I would highly recommend checking him out because He's incredibly talented, like incredible vocalist, and for a lot of his songs he either participated in or was the main vocalist, or not vocalist obviously, lyricist. So he wrote a lot of his lyrics. I think for a lot of his subsequent albums he worked on a lot of the compositions as well. Fortune Cookie. I love his style too, like kind of soft boy, I guess is what we would call that. See, and this is already kind of cracking along here, and I just brand new opened it, so you really do have to be careful with these. That's a great picture. Okay, well that was Base. I'll go with Story OP1. This is Taiwanese press, because like I said, they don't publish them in Korean anymore, but you can more easily find them. The Taiwanese press version, published I think by Avex or whatever the distributor is. So from my understanding, there's 9 songs on here. From my understanding, these songs were inspired by his radio show. I think a lot of them were originally released on his radio show. I think it was called Blue Night. Okay. I love these pen and ink kind of style illustrations. This is the album review. Yeah, so here are all the information and the lyrics translated for the Taiwanese audience. But then like the inside is obviously all still in Korean. This is so pretty. Like this is less like traditional, I guess you would say, like in that these are not, you know, full of photos of Junghyun, but of like these pen and ink drawings. They're super cool. This obviously goes with Happy Birthday. Really cool illustrations. I'll have to look closer to see who actually did these illustrations for this. I love the rooster in particular. That one's really cool. And I think because like it's not full of photos of him, this one's kind of thinner, not as thick. And again, kind of gently opening it so I don't crack it along that spine. Anyway, there's Story OP1. I think a lot of people have gotten this as a tattoo. Okay, and this is Story OP2, and this one actually has a photo of him on the front. Okay, here's the actual CD in here. And then is this going to be more of a traditional photo book? This has a really cool photo card. Look at that. You see it? More like artistic. It's neat. Okay, and here's the Taiwanese album review. So, yeah, it's got the lyrics in there, translated, which is nice. Like kind of Polaroid style photos. It's almost like scrapbooky. I feel like with these photo books and stuff, they just put so much care into them. The one thing I don't like is when they have like a photo that goes along the seam, because then like you can't ever really open it all the way to look at it properly. That's like how simple these are. These photos, and the way that these are laid out, not busy. That's a really great picture. It's really introspective looking. Very cool. Again, if you've never heard any of Junghyun's music, I would check it out. From these, I like off of Base, Beautiful Tonight, and Happy Birthday from Story OP1. There's some favorites I'm just naming. Let me think. On here, Love Is So Nice, I like. That one's probably my favorite off of this one. Okay, so that's Junghyun. This is Taemin's first full-length album, Press It, Pressure Number being the title track. So a lot of these, like I said, I got these not when they came out, obviously, but several years later. And SM Entertainment, which is their company doesn't do a great job of reprinting these albums, so most of the time, like if it's older than like a year or two, you're gonna have to buy it on eBay, and people jack up the prices when you have to buy it off of there, which is annoying. So even though this is not part of the plagiarism series, so like Taemin's first release was a mini album called Ace, which goes along with Bass and Chase and Face and Voice, which were Key and Onu's first solo work. They still kind of have the similar design language. So this kind of looks similar to this. I don't know if you can kind of tell. It's just real simple, like a same size, so they're very much easy to display together. But this is Press It by Taemin. Here's my photo card. I'm walking. Now, if I were to recommend one song off of this, I would recommend Sexuality. That one's catchy. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't, speak Korean. I think that should be obvious. But I don't really look up the English translations of the lyrics most of the time, because I find that like the Korean doesn't really translate well into English, and so half the time, like, even if I look at the translation, I don't really understand what they're talking about, what they're singing about. It just doesn't really translate well. So, I don't know, but some songs I do look up the translations for, and but Sexuality is not one of them. I think that the title of the song kind of tells me all I need to know about it. But if you know what the English translation of the lyrics are and you think I'm missing out, you can let me know in the comments. Taemin really does take some pretty pictures. He's gonna have a comeback here shortly, I think. I think that there was a release that said in Q4 of 2023 he's scheduled for a comeback. And I think he posted on Instagram the other day a photo of himself in the studio. So that's exciting. His last release was Advice, and I really loved that. So it's been neat to watch Taemin's career evolve. I think it's interesting of all of SHINee, he was the first to have a solo debut because in the beginning he was one of the weaker vocalists. Well, I mean, I guess he was maybe the weakest vocalist, and so it's interesting that he was able to improve to the point of having his own solo career. So we'll do, next we'll do Dice from Onu. This is his second mini album. His first was Voice. Like I said, that was his solo debut. So you always want to be careful when you're opening these and not scratch it up. This stuff is sliding off the bottom already. So we'll take a look at these. You get a sticker sheet. That, get stickers. So this is tough because I really like stuff like this on the one hand, but on the other hand, it's like, am I ever really gonna peel these stickers up and use them? But like if I don't use them, it's just sitting around. So let's see. Get 2 cards. These are pretty. I like these. W is in the last letter of Onu. Cute. Look at that face. I'll take a quick flip through some of these pictures. I don't want this video to be like 18 hours long, but there's a lot. I really like the quality of this paper. This is the, like, as you know, and you see, this is the first time I'm opening this. This feels really high quality. And I like how this kind of is easier to open and fold flat. I don't feel like I have to hold it like this to look at the pictures. I like how big the pages are too. I mean, it's nice when the albums are all kind of a similar size because it's easy to display them together, but a little bit of variety is also nice. I loved this outfit. Yeah, I think that the jacket's super cool and the checker print and the sunglasses. I hope I'm getting this well in frame so that y'all can see. This is just like random like advertisement type stuff that they stick in here, to be honest with you. And this is the actual CD itself. It's the thing that's kind of funny about these like book versions, these like magazine versions of the CD is just like shoved in a tiny little like paper sleeve. So yeah, it's not super well protected, but it's gotta be careful. The music video for this was really good. Cute narrative. And Onu kind of does a great job of like subtle acting in his music videos. And even on his stage performances. And he does subtle differences in like his facial expressions and stuff depending on like what costumes he's in. That's a really cool picture. I love the monochromatic look. Yeah, I like the quality of this. Like the glossy, yeah. What do I want to take a look at next? How about Chase from Minho? I don't think I'm going exactly in chronological order, but close. So Minho was the last of the 5 to release solo work, which I think makes sense for him because as an individual, I feel like his strengths and interests lie more in like acting and golf apparently. He is a pretty capable singer anymore, like he's definitely improved vocally a lot. So this says, finally the puzzle is complete with this last piece. The story I will conclude with my narrative began with our faith. This faith, which cannot be explained in a single sentence, expands our universe and allows us to change this world. So I will not slow down in moving forward as I return and live with such faith. I shall look back at myself once more, continue to work hard, and always hold on to my convictions with modesty and gratitude. I will show that we are not wrong. That is like totally like Minho's mentality in a nutshell. Again, we have the actual CD up here. That same message is printed on the inside. So you see like I said about the design language being consistent across these debut works. Ooh. I'll tell you what, Minho is a work of art. Now there's different versions of these that are released. Let me go ahead and pull out my photo card and see. Ooh. He's like a bloody lip Minho. Yeah, but there's different versions of these, and I chose this one because it resembles the other debut solos the most. I don't have like Key's plagiarism version face because he released a full-length album and repackaged it, and I bought the repackage. So the design language is similar, but it's not identical to the others, what I have. Very nice. So this one, the way it's made at the back kind of makes me think it won't rip as easily, but I could be wrong. And again, you gotta be careful with these. That's Chase from Minho. Next up, I think we'll take a look at Gasoline and Killer. So normally I just wait for the repackages to come out, but the vibe, the look of Gasoline was too cool to pass up, so I went ahead and bought it even knowing that it was going to get repackaged. I never do this, but he got me with his concept. Ooh, this really does feel like a VHS case. Like this is like, holding this in my hands like really is taking me back to like childhood. I love this picture here, and I actually have this as a poster. I was given a poster when I purchased this. Okay, so this feels really nice. Opening it up, this is a really thick book. What's back here? So of course there's the actual CD back here, which is designed to look like a vinyl record, which is cute. Kind of suits this vintagey vibe. This is cool. So like we've got the color and the black and white. I think he looks like Dustin from Stranger Things in this outfit, which I'm sure is intentional, like, because the whole like vibe of this is very like sci-fi. These are so cool. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, so I get a small folded poster. Oh, okay. Not to like fangirl too much, but this is very handsome. So, Key is my bias. Wow. I'm gonna have to hang this up somewhere. I'm gonna have to display that. I really like that picture of him. That's very handsome. Okay, so there's some stuff shoved in here. Let me see, did I get it? Oh, no, I did not. There's a lot in here. Okay, so this is that like little advertisement thing. Like the SM Town and Store and the SM Global Shop. So I don't know what half of this stuff means, but this is just an ad basically. Here's a photo card. It's a really funny image. Picture of Key. Okay, and so there's this. These are collector cards. See, and this is something that Key does that I don't really like. The only way to open this is to rip it open. And like the collector in me like would be like, don't rip it open, because you know, but I also want to see what I got, so I am going to go ahead and rip it open and see what collector cards I got. They're kind of stuck together a little bit. I feel like he looks like an old lesbian in this picture. I don't I don't know why, but like, yeah, he looks like a fancy old woman to me, in the best way. I mean that as a compliment. Okay, so let's take a look at the book. This kind of looks like a comic book logo. I mean, the way that this is posterized makes me think that it's supposed to resemble a comic, which is kind of carrying over design language from Bad Love. And see what I mean? Like, you have to like really pry that open to get to view the full image, which I'm not a fan of. Okay, so like these are like what is that supposed to be, like a screenshot of a VHS? Here's the lyrics. I love the colors of this, how vibrant it is. Okay, yeah, that's really cool. Like the fonts that are used, like everything about this. And so like, it's kind of like, I normally wait for the repackage, but in this case, I'm glad that I went ahead and sprung for the original as well, because this is like, these pictures are so good. And how thick this book is, this is really nice. I love that. The expression on his face, the kind of bored expression. Gasoline was a really good album, by the way. Oh, and look, there's that photo that I got the poster of. Oh, next to a song called Guilty Pleasure as well. It's like he knows. He knows how we feel about him. Like, he knows how to craft a concept here. Like, we got like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type thing going on with this guy. I Can't Sleep was one of my favorite songs on this album. Key's solo work is probably the most like my style. It kind of reminds me of like 2010s pop, like Lady Gaga, Katy Perry type of sound, but of course, like, he does it in his own way. I'm not trying to say that he just sounds like rehashed, you know, songs from a decade ago, but just like very upbeat. Oh, and what's cool about Key is that on all of his albums, he releases at least one song in English. So, Another Life, you can see here, that's all English lyrics. Very cool. this little fuzzy guy, he named Fox Silly, and he's like now a mascot for Key, and he shows up in subsequent albums. So he's like in Good and Great in the music video as well. So like I said, Key like is the master of creating a concept and like sticking with it. I wonder if like you can take, I mean, yeah, I guess you can take this out if you wanted to. I would not, because I want to keep it looking nice, but you could take that out of the VHS case. There's Box Silly, so you can see him along the spine there. And like you can see the tooth, because this is his second full-length album. Okie doke. So this is Killer, which is the repackage. So this one was kind of like retro video game themed, whereas like this was like retro, like 80s campy horror themed. Like it was kind of like reminiscent of like Beetlejuice and Ghostbusters, like I said, Stranger Things. But the music video for Gasoline didn't have that vibe. The music video for Gasoline was, I don't know, bombastic, glamorous, deific. Is that a word? Where he was like looking like a deity. Normally, I still do, I hate jewel cases. These feel just so cheap, which I'm not complaining because I bought this, but I really dislike it. I'm sure that the lyrics are in here, and you can see that kind of 8-bit video game type aesthetic there. Yeah, these are the lyrics in here. Which, you know, there's a lot of repeats because this is the repackage. Yeah, I like the 8-bit design language, but I hate jewel cases. Like, at some point in my life, this is gonna shatter. I know that it is. I'm gonna try my best to not let it shatter, but it's probably gonna shatter. I liked it because it looked like an old CRTV. See, looks like a television, and like playing a video game on an old tube TV is like the vibe you get when you see that. So I did like that about it. So let's see what is included in here. Yep. So here's another photo card. Very cute. And then let's see, we've got a sticker. Oh wait, I think these are temporary tattoos actually, because look, they're like mirrored. But once again, it's like I love the concept of this, but am I ever going to actually use these? I don't know. Probably not. But one of my New Year's resolutions this year was to not delay gratification and use stuff that I like. So like part of that was like using stationery and stickers and stuff. So maybe I'll try and be brave and actually use one of those tattoos. But like they're so temporary. It's a temporary tattoo. Oh, there's something else in here that I missed. Oh, this photo card. That's nice. I could hang that up at work. So everyone will know how sick and deranged I am. Look at how pretty that, oh, that's pretty. That's very pretty. I don't know what it is about it, if it's the background colors, or, I mean, part of it's just his facial expression is very, I don't know, something sort of mysterious, like the girl with the pearl earring kind of vibe. His eyelashes are really pretty, or whatever they did to like style his eyelashes. And this is cool because it's like he's in the video game world. Like he's like, you know, a normal human, but like the backgrounds in some of these are like pixelated. And here's that 8-bit. You see what I mean about his eyelashes? How pretty that is? It kind of 60s, 70s mod type style in the eyelashes. In the background, you can kind of see like the castle from Gasoline, I think. See, I think like with the repackages, a lot of times they're a little bit more simple because you're getting more songs, you're getting like a more simple concept. So like he's basically in this racing jacket in all these photos, whereas in Gasoline, He was like the mad scientist. He was the little Ghostbuster guy. He was like the creepy vampire looking guy. So there's usually a lot more going on. And so I think that's how they kind of try and entice you to not wait for the repackage and to go ahead and buy both versions, because like the original release is more ornate and thorough. Let's see, this says, the end of a chapter does not mean an end to all. I will give everything to broaden my horizons and achieve better results. Got it. Oh, this is cute. So it's like a high score list almost. So it's got like the player's name and then like their time. But this is like the duration of each of the songs. That's cute. That's a really cool idea. Let me stick these back in here. Stick this back in here. And put this all back in this little sleeve together and hope that in my lifetime I do not crack that jewel case, even though I know that I will. But look how cool that looks in there, the TV. Next, I think we will look at Circle by Onu. Look how big this is. This is like the size of a vinyl. And it's like, you just know like the CD's gonna be, you know, like that in this giant book. Circle depresses me a little bit because it was like my favorite album this year. I like this work by Onu. I mean, I liked it better than Hard, which, you know, it's like hard to admit that I enjoy the solo work better than the group work, but it was like better than anything that's been released recently, in my opinion. I loved it. But Onu was supposed to get a repackage of this because this is his first full-length album, and usually the full-length albums get a repackage. He was supposed to get a repackage of this. And it was originally planned, I think, for Q3 of this year. But Onu's on a health hiatus, and so I don't think it's getting a repackage, which is why I went ahead and bought it. It's like, on the one hand, I wish I didn't have this. I wish I had a repackaged version of this rather. As is, to me, Circle with the 10 songs on it is already a perfect album. So it's okay if it doesn't get more. But hopefully Onu recovers, obviously, and gets better. And maybe like Q1 2024, we can get at least like a mini album from him. That would be cool. But obviously, it goes without saying, the number one most important thing is just that like he gets better. And I know that he will, but rather than hoping that he comes back to make more music, you know, just hope that he's well and doing well. But this album, like I said, this is incredible. I would say like just listen to this whole thing. It's so good. And my favorite song is the second track, Cough, which is kind of a funny name for a song, Cough, but it's really good. And it's like just soothing. This album is like just, I don't know, ear candy? Is that the best way to put it? So this is like a sleeve. So this is a protective sleeve on the outside. I like that about it. I'm going to like hold this down on the table. Look how big. I like that it's this big. It's going to be hard to fit on the bookshelf because it's so huge. But I like how big it is because the photos then are big. Like, look how big that is. Can you see? Can you even see it in the frame? It's so big. Let me see if I can scooch this little stack over. So here's the actual album itself. As I said, just a little sleeve. Just this little sleeve is what they put the album in, the actual CD. Like I said, nobody really listens to CDs anymore. So like I just, even though it's a higher bit rate than Spotify, right? But everyone's got Bluetooth in their car, so this is a pretty photo of him. And like you get these like, what is this, negatives? Okay, can you guys even see that? That's cool. I could use that as like a bookmark. I don't know if you can make out those images at all on camera, but I can tell what this is, what these are pictures of in person. Okay, here's the little advertisement that you get. Trying to make Kwanya a thing, whatever that means. This whole like cinematic universe that they're trying to create. I'll be honest with you, I don't get it. This is pretty. This is nice to get this big photo card. If I had like a cubicle at work, I would be like decorating my whole cubicle with these. This is nice, like a nice thick, like a nice big size too. Like this is like probably an 8x10. If I were like a crazy deranged person, I would like get an 8x10 frame and like hang this up in my house. I mean, that would be pretty to hang in your house, right? Right? And look how pretty this is, this full spread. And this with it, like, even though like you can't quite get it all the way open, because it's so like such a big spread, you still feel like you can see the whole image. Let me set these aside while we continue to flip through. I really like this like flower room. I think that the visuals really suit the vibe of this album. Like, so if you're looking for something to like chill and listen to, like this is like just totally soothing. I listen to this album a lot in the evenings. I wouldn't be surprised if when I get my Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year, like you see that like this was, like the songs off this album are in my number 1 through 10 spot of like the songs I've listened to more than anything else this year. Surviving the Apple Whites. This book is a book that my mom bought me at like a Scholastic book fair one time, and I never made it past like the first 20 pages. Do you see that? Surviving the Apple Whites. He's apparently reading that. It looked like he dozed off reading it, so I can relate. Like the fake freckles. I love these big close-ups. It's really elegant, I think. A lot of people relate Junghyun to the moon. I think that looks supposed to be the moon anyway. You know, he had to wake up so early to take these photos because like these are definitely like that blue light that you get early in the dawn. And I think that this was shot, like these photos were shot in January, so it was probably quite cold that day. These are pretty. I like these, like cut off just the eye, because I think he has a really unique eye shape. Love that picture. It's like very dreamy. Like, I don't mean he is dreamy. I mean he is, but I mean the aesthetic. It's very dreamy, dream-like, maybe I should say. Ethereal. So it looks like he's like under the water, but he's on a roof. Yeah, it looks like he's basking in the moonlight. Very pretty. Credits page is there, and then some flowers tended out. That was very pretty. It's very, like, even looking at that was soothing. Like, listening to the album is soothing, looking at the album is soothing. It's very therapeutic, this album. So, if you have not listened to it, go listen to it. It's really good. And this has an interesting texture to it. It's like kind of almost like sticky. It's not totally smooth. It's very like almost kind of rubbery, plasticky feeling. An interesting texture. Feels very high quality. We will go with hard now. I bought this just the other day. Well, I bought the circle at the same time too. So I bought the last three all at the same time. Once again, I usually wait for the repackage, and this is the first iteration of this album. But from my understanding, because of Onu's health hiatus, this is not going to get a repackage. If it does get a repackage, I'll go ahead and buy it. But because of the potential for maybe a Q1 repackage in 2024, I did not get the board game version, because there was a version of this that was like a board game, like literally a box with like pieces in it. One of the reasons I didn't choose that one, like I said, is because I was waiting for, you know, if they do a repackage, I don't want to have that big bulky thing on my shelf. But furthermore, all the instructions for the board game are in Korean, and I know some people posted like the English translations of the rules online. A lot of times Korean doesn't really translate well into English. And furthermore, I don't really have anyone to play the board game with, so I think it would be kind of a waste. So here is Hard. And there was, I think, 3 versions of this like magazine style, and I chose this one where they're like in this like purpley field. I don't know. There's like a version where they're in like their streetwear, like the neon colored streetwear, and then there's the version where they're like blazers and skirts. So I don't know, kind of odd, but I chose this one. Because the early teaser images were all based off of this aesthetic. This is pretty. Well, this is pretty. This is very, very pretty. This is Taman laying down in the field. I don't really enjoy this hairstyle on Minho. It looks okay in this picture. I like his hair more off of his face because he's got the kind of face that you want to see. Onu's hair is also kind of interesting. This like curly-ish, mop-ish thing that he's got going on. Oh wow! So this is like the 8x10 photo that I got, and much to my delight, this is Key. Like I said, he's my bias, so I'm happy about that. Again, I could get that framed and hang it in my house. Here's the advertisement with some, like, I don't know, guys, are you interested in these ads? I don't know. I'll stick it over there. And here's my photo card is of Onu. How cute! Like, Key's my bias and stuff, but like, I guess there's some people who trade photo cards around, but I don't really, I don't know. I feel like whatever the photo card I get is, like, I think that's what fate has for me. And so I just stick with it. I've never wanted to trade. I like this spread in the middle. See, this is where the staples are. So it lays nice and flat. You can see the whole thing. Look at that. I like that. It's interesting because like the texture of these lyric pages is more papery and this is like more glossy. I like this picture of Onu. It's nice. Actually, I like the way his hair looks in that image. I like this picture too. This kind of pinkish tone. Very cool. Ooh, ooh. I like that. The intense gaze. The foreshortening. The big hand going back. Very cool. I like the yellow border around this image. I mean, they always do a great job with these photo shoots, obviously. Here we go. Another like large spread. Get out of the way advertisement. I love this as well. Look at that. It looks very pretty looking over his shoulder like that. I love this angle, the 3/4. You can see his eyelashes. It's very pretty. This fisheye lens style. I like this page as well. I'm kind of going into that building. And then here's the actual CD stuck in between these little tabs back here. Okie doke. Let me stick my school photos in there and set that aside. And the last one I will open for you all today is Good and Great by Key, most recent release. I purchased this the other day at the same time I bought Hard and Circle. Yep. I bought it at my local K-pop shop. It's not really that local to me. It's like an hour and a half away from where I live, but I don't live in a big city, so I drive into the big city from time to time, and when I do, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump over to the Korean market, and sometimes I like to go over there and spend too much money. I feel like I have to be really careful with this. So this is like, he made two versions of this like manila folder style. One is like his good boy version, and I chose the bad boy version because I just feel like that's more my personality, is the, you know, the rebel. I mean, kind of, but not really. I think I'm a rebel amongst goody two shoes, but all of it's plastic, guys. Shoot. Okay. So, there's two like the manila folder styles, And then there was like a project or a workbook style that was like spiral bound. I think the spiral bound is maybe a little bit more sturdy seeming, but this had inclusions that I preferred. Like starting off, like this is cool, like this little employee photo like attached with a paper clip. Like this is so conceptual. Like this is very much like giving office supplies. And, you know, like in this label on here, and look, he scratched out applicant and wrote artist, key, evaluations denied, because he's a bad boy. September 11th, 2023, they put the release date on there. Let me get a little closer so you can see the exterior. The back is just kind of plain. It tells you what comes in it, which I do like. It says, please cherish my items and keep them safe. Okay, I'll try my best. And it's got this elastic band around the outside to hold it all together, which I don't think is going to do that great of a job. Everything will probably just slide out the bottom since I've unwrapped the plastic, but oh no, it's got a little folder. See, like this is so cute because, you know, like you could actually use this for school if you wanted to. Okay, so once again, the actual CD is in this little envelope. It's got like this little paper airplane, this pink paper airplane design on it. This is so cute. I love this. I like the quality of this because this really just feels like a photograph, like on photo paper. This is my favorite, him winking. It's so cute. Like, can somebody explain to me how this man is over 30 years old? Look at him. He looks like a baby. Not to infantilize him, okay, guys? I'm just saying he looks young. Okay. I don't know what this is. Is this the lyric book? Oh, I love that picture. Can you guys see it very well? It's like him in like his little devil form. Okay, so this appears to be the lyrics. The lyric book. This is a cute lyric book. Kind of reminds me of like a standardized test. Ooh, look, he's gonna beat up that corporate drone version of Boxilly. And once again, like I said, he always has one song that's in full English, and it was Cool As on this album. It's so catchy. Okay, so that's just the lyric book. Thank you. Look at his little face. Thank you. Cute. Again, I might take this to my work with me and hang it up. Oh, it's so cute. I love that. I'm obsessed with that. Okay, so this is a folded poster. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, this is like his... I loved this picture, so I'm glad that this is the folded poster. Like, look at all that leg that he is showing. Can you guys see that? Look at all that leg. He looks like, I don't know, like a mythical creature. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's like Peter Pan, and like, I don't know. Like, come with me and fly away and forget all about your troubles. Like, that's the vibe it gives me. I really love the concept through and through. Okay, so confidentiality agreement. Okay, so here's some more stuff. So this is my ad, the advertisement that we always get. Now this, I mean, I like the image on the ad, but it's at the end of the day, it's just an advertisement. I don't get it. Here's my photo card. That's cute. I could like put these in my wallet and pretend that they're my children. Oh, on the back of the photo card it says, "This is for you, my little freaks." I like how he calls us his little freaks. Like, I think he just really truly understands who we are. Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to fangirl that hard. I mean, I'm a married woman. Look at this. I'm a married woman. And Key does not give off boyfriend vibes to me, but he is very pretty. And this picture of him is very, very, very pretty. And I love the eyeliner. That's what I was trying to explain that to my husband the other day. Like, girls like me just have an issue, a weakness for guys in eyeliner. And my husband would never wear black eyeliner. He is so like straight lace, clean cut, and that's what I like. That's my type, is the straight lace, clean cut. But there is just this mystique the something about men and eyeliner that I'm just intrigued. I can't help it. This is like, he is liberating us. This is what this is. He's so cute. And he's got the fake freckles thing going on too. And I love his smile. I feel like one thing about Key that I wish is that he would smile with his teeth more, because he just has beautiful teeth. And look, oh, there's Boxilly. Like I said, you're gonna see him coming back. They're freeing us from the corporate workplace. Come with me, keep singing, wake up for liberty. Freedom is not free Wi-Fi, free coffee, or free copy, especially in an office. You are so right. Free coffee is a right, not freedom. I don't drink coffee, guys. Oh, look at that. He's showing a little leggy. It's the upper thighs these days with Key. He's always in shorts, but this is like a new take on Key in shorts. Little sassy moment. I think when he wore this outfit on a music show, he did not show the thigh. I think he was wearing something underneath to conceal the upper thigh, much to our chagrin. Oh, look, there's the full message there. The laughter. Look at that cheekbone, guys. Look at that. Yeah, I like this version. I'm glad I didn't go with like the clean-cut good boy version, even though he looked really pretty. Look at this, like, it's threatening him. And look at his profile, everyone. Please, look at that jawline. This is excellent stuff. This man does not know how to take a bad picture. I mean, of course they wouldn't put a bad picture in. Oh, look how pretty he looks in these pictures. Can y'all see that? How pretty he is in those pictures? That is a pretty boy. Pretty man. There's the upper thigh. Look at that. This is cute. About me, master key to all solutions. Enjoy challenges and strive to become a better version of myself always. Looking forward to new things happening. Certifications. Flying chair driving device. Nursing certification for creatures. So those are both references. This is a reference to Bad Love, and I think that would be a reference to Gasoline. Hobbies. Dog loving. That is my hobby too. Traits. It's cute. His little like graphs and his language charts. That is his birthday, 1991. It's a 91 liner, as they say. Let's see what this confidentiality agreement says. I confirm that there's no false information in this application-related documents. I will not object to the disadvantages caused by false information. For your eyes only. Original documents. Like, we're role-playing, right? Like, am I reviewing his application? And we have this. This is not like that thick paper. This is like that kind of thin officey paper, but I love the way it's like washed out orange. That's really unique. But anywho, that would conclude the album unboxing extravaganza that just took place on my YouTube channel. And I'm glad to have gone through all of it. It was a fun little journey tonight to go through all of these. It also makes me kind of sad because that's why I was saving these like to do on a rainy day, because they really are a pick-me-up. What was my favorite? Like I said, Circle is my favorite album, I think, of this batch in terms of listening, but in terms of inclusions and like fun, I don't know, maybe Good and Great was the one that I had the most fun opening. I think he just does a really good job with his concepts and with just selling it, you know? He's the kind that can make me buy the album and the repackage, not just the repackage, because he just has so many unique ideas. He looks like a little schoolboy. I cannot get over it. Really, I truly can't. And I like this picture too. He's just so sassy. Look how young he looks. Guys, I'm gonna stop talking about it because I'll be here all day talking about how young and cute he looks. I mean, to be fair, they all look great for their ages. They're all older than me and look like 10 years younger than me. Makes me sick. But anywho, that's all I have for this video, guys, and thanks for bearing with me on my long hiatus. I don't know how often YouTube videos are going to be coming out going forward. I mean, you all know the struggle, and I mean, there are YouTubers out there who like stay consistent through all kinds of life changes, but this is not my job. This is just something I do for fun. I have, at this point, I think less than 300 subscribers, and I think most of you don't even care about these album unpackaging. So I'm just out here to have a good time, you guys, and I hope I see you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.